They had a load of feed for the hogs coming in, so he says, well, I don't think I'll make it. So I said, well, maybe I'll go by myself. But I didn't. He called me about 8 o'clock and he says, well, you still want to go? He said, I thought you were going to be gone first, you know. I says, no, I said, stay home. He said, you still want to go? I said, why not? So it takes about 2 hours, about 10 o'clock when we got there. The place was packed. No place to sit, except 2 chairs. And all there was women at the table. That's where we sat down. That's on the shed down next to her. So that's how we met.
Well, I'll tell you, it's the first time I've ever been to a singles dance. I tell you, when my girlfriend said, you have to ask the guys, I said, you can take me home right now. Because I hadn't danced for so long, because my husband was sick for a long, long time. I said, I don't even remember how to dance. And he sat right beside me, and we started talking, and that's how we met. And he says, I'm going to get your telephone number. I said, no, you're not. But eventually I did give it to him. And then he called me, and that's how it started.
Yeah.
And when it almost didn't happen. Our marriage was so iffy, but the Lord was with us both.
When we were going to get married, and then she got a relapse. And so then we had to postpone. We were going to get married in April, but we ended up married in June. And her mother was going to be the bridesmaid. She'd never been a bridesmaid.
Yeah.
Well, in the meantime, she had a stroke and died, so she wasn't at her wedding.
That's it. I really am.
Yeah, everyone, you know.
And my health is as good as it is. It could have gone all the other way. So, yeah, I'm able to exercise, and
Yeah,
I wish we
I
could
don't
still
think.
dance and stuff.
Okay, let's. So the dance. Give me visuals. Like how was it? You said it was packed. What kind of music was
It
popular?
was real
around
good
it?
music, country,
Country.
Country
western,
music.
the
And
old
give
me
style.
location.
Waltzes, 2 steps.
Yeah.
So when I was in elementary
Polkas.
school, our gym teacher made sure we learned how to square dance.
Oh, I
Was
love
square
that.
dancing a thing?
I did.
Pretty
I did
popular.
the diamond squares. I loved it. I wish we still would do it. I could still remember some of the squares that they called.
That's something I couldn't do.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so much fun.
Too much
Such good
left feet for that
exercise.
one.
Country music is what you're saying.
Oh, yeah.
Country music.
Yep.
How about like?
That's one thing about country music, 2 steps and waltzes. You can talk to each other while you dance. You don't get out in the middle of the floor. You're over here. Over here.
You actually dance with
Wow.
each
You're
other.
actually dancing. You know.
Like each other.
But you can talk to each other while you're dancing.
You dance?
I mean, not really. I'm kind of too left feet when it comes to that, but
Oh.
I can like slow dance and
You
stuff.
know,
It
I
just
didn't-
takes practice.
Yeah.
And,
My first wife didn't like dancing. So I took some dance lessons after she passed away. If I hadn't did that, I wouldn't have met her.
There you go.
and if my girlfriend had called and just insisted I go, and even it was about 7:30, I said, oh, I'm going to call her and tell her I'm not going. Well, Mom says, you better go. You'll be sorry if you don't. So I did go. Oh, I felt uncomfortable for a while because, you know, these people that probably some singles and some that are married. And I hadn't danced for a long, long time. I said, I don't remember how, but I was okay after
You
a
had no
while.
trouble. You had no trouble then.
No, no trouble at all. Had lots of
So-
fun.
But we didn't dance that much, right? We talked more than we
Yeah,
danced.
we did that first night anyway.
So about how long was it when you guys saw each other again for like the second time, we should say?
I went to get about a year.
Okay.
No, we met to talk to each
Oh,
other?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Oh, like when did you guys go on like your first date or something like that? Like when did you guys get to see
That was
each
on
other?
a Saturday. I guess I called her on 2 and went the next Saturday.
Yeah, it was about a week.
Do you guys remember where you guys went? How
We
that?
went to a movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that
We
went well,
went,
obviously
well,
kicked
yeah,
off.
we did.
Yeah.
Next weekend I went down, we went to a dance,
It's quite a ways to date from here to Watertown.
Yeah.
80 miles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where's distance?
I got home on Sunday morning, time to go to church.
I mean, you don't get out of dance and you go to get something to eat and then you drive home.
Yeah,
Takes almost 2
1
hours to
o'clock
drive
dance is over
home.
with,
It's late.
time to eat, another hour and a half, time another 2 hours to drive home.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get much sleep before I went to church in the morning.
So when did you guys decide to kind of close that distance? And
Oh, it wasn't very long.
I forget, you guys end up when you decided to move together. Was that to Marshall, right?
Yeah, after we, but
Right.
we got moved to Marshall, but we spent all our winters in Texas right away.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, I had a motorhome, and so the first 2 years we went in the motorhome down there for 4 months. a little
So
over
much
4
fun.
months. And then we bought a place and sold the motorhome, and we just drove down. So it was a little better I missed the motorhome because you pack everything, you got it with you, and it's kind of handy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still nice just driving and have a nice solid place to live in, rather than
Place to entertain people more, big,
Yeah.
bigger place and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We did a lot of that, and a lot of friends.
Yeah,
down
from
there.
all over the country.
Wow.
A lot of country western.
So much you could do down there too, every day.
We got to meet a lot of people from Nashville,
Yeah.
Okay. I'll get
country
you
western
Nashville.
stars.
Yeah, it's cool there.
It's pretty
Friends of
good.
ours we got to know real well, so we got to know a lot of those entertainers
Oh,
from
okay.
Bronson and all over.
Then we got to know 2 people from Minnesota here,
Yeah,
and they both sang and played instruments. We went into so many of the nursing homes around here. Wasn't even funny, got to know a
Elaine
lot
was-
of people, and they sang country western and gospel. They were
Okay.
really good,
Elaine was from Texas and Bruce was from Minnesota,
yeah. So,
but they were in the Country Hall of Fame.
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
From Minnesota.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we had them
Didn't
entertained
last
there.
very
They
long.
stayed in that
Oh,
place.
Oh.
so-
Well, they were married about 8 years, and then
Yeah, I think so, and then they broke up, and then they got together
for a while
again.
again, and then broke up again.
I don't know what the whole
They were a
problem
lot of fun to be with, but good entertainers. They could have went a long ways if they stayed together. They were really coming on strong.
Mhm.
So, but that's where it goes. You know.
Yeah,
So would you guys say like one of the better parts of having that motorhome was the travel and everything instead of the destination, I guess?
well, it was good. We had
Yeah.
one really scary trip. He was gonna take me to the hills for,
Well, that's on our honeymoon.
oh,
We didn't get back from it. We were going down the mountains and,
the brakes went out.
well, it didn't go, they didn't
Just
exactly
about.
go out.
They got hot,
Yeah,
kinda.
we pulled in, we were going down the mountain.
You
And
could
we
see right
stopped at
down there
Ranger
about 300
Station.
feet. Oh, my God.
We stopped at a ranger station and went to look at waterfalls and all the pretty flowers and stuff, and got back in the motorhome. I didn't check the brakes, which you should do. I pulled on the highway and I started
The
down
car
on the
behind
curve,
it.
and it's only 25-mile-an-hour speed going down. And I hit the brakes and there wasn't any.
I thought
There
for
was
sure we were
nothing
gonna
there.
go right off.
Oh,
I
man.
still don't, I threw it in reverse and I could have tore the transmission out, but it didn't. And I got it stopped. I thought we were runners. I thought this is it, we ain't gonna make her. But we got it stopped.
And where was it they came to?
You got
tell
out
us-
3 blocks under the
Well,
wheels?
it scared me so you'll never know. You know, well, you're so close to the edge, you're on the outside.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Coming down.
Then we
So-
called down below the valley, well, back to the ranger station, the person who ran up the ranger station. They called below and says, well, you got too big a motorhome. I don't have a record big enough to handle it. So he says the closest one's Cody,
Yeah.
which is
Cody.
what, 50 miles away,
Not probably, yeah.
something like that. And called there and he says, well, I'll be there in about a little over an hour. I got a rig right now, I'm picking some of the town, I'll be there. He was there too. Turned out to be a guy from Minnesota driving there. But he backed up, hooked us down, took us down the valley, and we got onto the flat. And I had the car, we took the car, and I was riding in the car following him. It started to rain, we couldn't see him.
It
He was doing
rained
75
at
miles an hour in that rain, and I couldn't see ahead. I don't know how he did it. Then we got there, and the vice president was there, Cody.
So there was no place to stay. You know, no hotel.
Well, we were right,
Yeah.
because we pulled in the
Yeah.
funniest part, he got there and he says to me, well, the guy in the fish truck come by. And he says to me, he says, what's your problem? You got a record coming? I says, yeah. He says, well, I'll tell you what, you take it into Cody, there's a little shop on the edge of town.
No.
You tell the record to take you there. He says, they don't rip you off like some of the Chevy garage and the Ford garage and some of them, you know. And so that's what he come up and he hooked on, and I had the stuff he wrote out, he handed it to the guy. Oh, he says, don't worry about it. He says, that's the guy, they're waiting for us already. He'd already got it set up. So they were thinking the same. They were getting a record. And he was from Minnesota. He's from Fargo, or from Duluth originally, but he lived there about 8 years in Cody. So, quite a guy. He was quite a character.
I'll tell you, that wasn't the first thing that happened on the way out to Rapid City. We blew it, wasn't a tire.
Yeah, we blew a tire.
I kept saying to
I
him, I
had
think
him
you blew a
checked before we
tire.
left.
And the roads were under construction there. Oh, we had such a narrow place to get through. This was a honeymoon.
Yeah.
First day, I thought, oh my God, it's gonna happen the rest of the time.
When we decided to go to Texas, he says, if there's any hills down
Any
going to
mountains,
Texas,
I said, I'm not
going.
going.
But
You know,
there's not.
When you get to Texas, you think you're there. You drive all day then to get down to McAllen.
It takes longer to
Oh
go
my
across
God.
Texas than it goes from here to Texas.
From, yeah.
The first time we did it,
remember
I
that.
thought we'd never gonna get there. Anyway, he took me to a place, I thought we were in the boonies, it was just a little trail. And we left it 13 years later, there was 6 lanes of
It's
traffic.
all city.
Wow.
We're right in the middle of town for
Yeah, so that was,
no.
it really grew.
It's
I don't know
growing
if
down
it still
in
is or
Texas.
not,
Yeah,
I think so.
it
you know.
is, yeah.
There's so many Minnesota cars down there that you don't.
Wonder who
you
turns
wonder
off
if
the
anybody
light.
back there.
Yeah. It was-
So you guys had your struggles on your trips and stuff. If you don't mind talking about, was there any points in your guys' relationship where it kind of seemed like there was like any tension or anything, or
Of
has it
course,
been
you
pretty
did.
smooth?
If you say there isn't, you're not telling the
Yeah,
truth.
yeah.
You have to give. Yeah,
Yeah.
there always is. Mhm.
But I'm assuming, I mean, you guys seem really close and strong. That like when you come out from those things, it's kind of, I don't know, you're even better off
It's even
than
better.
before. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, everybody's got their differences and things, and but the thing is to work it out.
Mm-hmm.
I think his wife was sick for quite a long time, and my husband was sick for a long time too, so I think that makes you stronger to get through that too.
Yeah.
Makes you your mate.
I'm not sorry I married her.
No, I'm not sorry either. I said never. And I thought we'd made 10 years, we'd be really lucky. 16 and a half now, so. But we're getting up there.
Mm-hmm.
My health is still pretty good. Harlan's got the shingles today, that isn't so bad. I had them 3 times now, so.
Wow.
Even with a
Yeah,
shot,
that's-
it doesn't help you.
I had them when I
He's
was
had the shot and so have I, but.
about 30 years old, and I got them back again now. So.
Yeah, my dad got shingles
Oh.
a few years ago. He hated it.
Oh,
it
it's
is.
terrible.
Especially with his job, he has to wear like all like
Yeah, cover his
electric
skin.
fire retardant stuff to work on the
Mhm.
poles, and it just irritated it like no
Yes,
others.
yeah.
So
You know a lady that she's never gotten over it. It's at least
She's
7,
lived
8 years ago.
too now. She got it in her shoulder.
Still
and it
broke
just-
out there.
It can happen.
yeah.
I hope I get over this because
Yeah.
it's right around my waistline and belt line. That's where I had it before too. And
Mm-hmm.
I had to wear loose pants.
Is it
Yeah.
like a skin kind of?
Yeah,
You
it,
break out.
It's-
big time.
okay.
it
I
affects your nerves
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it irritates them and it makes them hurt when you get shot.
so, and then I had them inside my chest. I felt like a heart attack. I had them on my
The
knees.
medication ain't cheap neither.
My
But
God,
good
we
thing
had
good
insurance.
thing the insurance. It's $211. We got it for $19.97, so
Oh,
that helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but if it helps,
Yeah.
it'd be painful.
Oh.
Anyway, we didn't mean to get off on that.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
You're good. Talk about whatever you want. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask, what was a popular song around?
The first
Yeah, that time.
song we
Crazy
danced to
by
was
Red Alert.
No, Cab Driver.
Cab Driver was our
The
favorite
Mill
to dance
Brother.
to.
That was our first song we danced to was Cab Driver.
Mhm.
Okay,
You know, all
Who
the old
sings that?
country. Who
you
sings
know,
it?
I'm sure I can find it, but
Who sung that? You don't remember?
What?
Cab
Yeah.
Driver,
Cab Driver.
Yeah, it was Mills Brothers.
The Mills Brothers.
the
Yeah.
Mills Brothers.
Have you ever heard of
I
them?
have no. I have
And
not.
the other song we liked is Waltz Across Texas for
Waltz
Waltz.
Across Texas. Beautiful waltz too.
So
Okay.
it's just a nice waltz.
I like Crazy and who?
Yeah,
What's her name?
Patsy Cline.
Yeah, Patsy Cline. Oh, I like a lot of country, different country.
How would you two feel about recreating a dance scene? Like, Just
as
like,
Need
much
dancing?
as possible.
huh?
As much as
Change
possible.
your
I
partner, yeah.
understand. Yeah.
Yeah, just like we'll play one of these songs and
We,
you
we,
just,
we go, when the single dances and stuff, we went some after we married, we could go, say we belonged kind of to it before. And they have dances where you line up, change partners.
Yeah, so you get to dance with.
Yeah, we even did in Texas
Everybody.
down where we,
Oh,
they're
okay.
all
Do you guys still dance at all?
He
Or-
can't
No, I
because of
can't
his
dance.
balance.
Okay.
Okay.
My balance is too bad.
Right.
That's a
Kind
sore
of,
place.
Yeah.
The other day, we had a guy
Right.
come in here that played guitar, and he was
Mhm.
really pretty good, and I would like to dance. He played such good music, country, western, old country,
Yeah.
western music. And
Yeah.
I wish they'd square dance here, I could get a partner maybe. I'd still like to do it, yeah.
it's not really common anymore. Square dancing.
No, it was when I was a little younger. Married. He did it, my first husband did a lot of it too. We did what they called diamond squares, it was plus dancing.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We went all small towns around, and you could even go far away as a guest, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That was lots of fun.
Yeah. I
And some of
remember.
my own clothes for it, and some I bought. What did you say?
I remember doing that when I was younger. It was just like really high energy. I don't know.
It
seemed
is.
like a lot
It's
of
very.
fun.
Some of it's very fast. And
Yeah. I wouldn't mind that being brought back a little bit. I don't
Yeah.
know. Trends are always finding a way to come
Yeah.
back. So.
it's
It's
kind
so
of,
healthy for you. I mean, my
Mhm.
gosh, if you don't get exercise anyhow, the way you get it that way, you go home, you're.
it's kind of a dirty shame too, because it's good exercise.
Yeah.
But years ago, on Saturday night, they had a dance at the Legion,
Yeah.
Eagles Club,
Mm-hmm.
out to the Best Western, Lind, Kent. You had 5 places right close by you
Real
go to
close.
dance on
Now
Saturday
there's
night.
nothing.
And now there's nothing.
When
One
we got
thing, the
married,
bands
even
are
to
too
hire a
expensive.
band is so expensive, you know, and hire, it's just not fair for you guys at all.
Yeah,
you
so
know.
I like live music a lot. So
Well,
it makes
that's what's
like
live
weddings
music.
and stuff like that. They don't really hire
Yeah.
live music anymore.
I don't like disco.
I don't know.
That's not music.
I like live
Yeah.
music.
Live music.
Yeah, I'm gonna have live music at my wedding, which is kind of different for younger people, but
Oh, good for
Yeah.
you.
I'd much rather have that.
Maybe somebody say that was neat, maybe I should do that
Yeah.
too. You might bring it
Bring
back.
it
Who
back.
knows?
Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of them hire these discos and their light bulbs flashing and
Yeah.
Well,
We
we
were
had
never
that.
into that.
Yeah.
The
Well, we
disco.
had some of it down there in Texas
so that's
too.
what my granddaughter did. She
Yeah,
got married.
yeah.
They had a disco
And
there.
that's what they had.
They don't care
It was
for
pretty
disco.
in a way, but
They don't.
nobody really dances with each other.
They don't
just stand
dance.
there. They don't
Yeah.
dance. They just stand there.
If you try to dance, they trip you.
So that's one thing I don't think we've really talked about. When you guys actually got married or engaged or something, did you have like a kind of a smaller ceremony, or was it
We did.
between
Yeah.
you two?
We had a wedding
Um,
dance.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Um,
we had a reception and a wedding dance.
Okay.
All our little grandkids are out there dancing, having a ball. Then they fill that car with balloons.
Didn't do
Yeah, well,
anything mean anyway.
no.
So.
Where was your wedding?
In Watertown.
Watertown?
Yeah, right.
Did you guys have
From
like
my
a
church.
traditional
Mhm.
church wedding?
Just a small,
Right.
our family and a few close friends.
Where I proposed to her was kind of a funny place.
Would you mind talking about that proposal?
No.
Yeah.
Sounds.
She got sick, was in the hospital.
Oh.
So that's
Really
what I proposed to
sick.
her.
Oh. Well, I'm sure it'll help make her feel better.
I don't know if it did or
I
not.
wasn't even aware of it really. I was just
Oh.
kind of out of it.
Mm.
I had sepsis. And a lot of people don't make it.
Oh.
But I was lucky enough to make it. Yeah. I don't know how you get it or how it happens. I thought I was just getting the flu.
Mhm.
I don't even remember being carried out of my mom's basement or anything, so must.
He met you at the hospital there?
Yeah, he came up to the hospital.
I
seen
stayed
quite
with
a
her.
bit.
You know, they called me and I come up there. Her brother called,
Oh.
her son, and I went up there. Stayed at the hospital, got a little sleep at your mother's. Not too much. But,
Decided you want to marry her
huh?
there?
Yeah.
He was asking me before that too. I thought it was way too soon. So, but it's all right. It was good.
Turned out good.
Yeah.
So how long would you say the ceremony was after you guys got engaged? Because I know sometimes couples will be engaged for a little while until they make the actual decision.
Well, he was already asking me in December the first time he asked me.
That's when you
Way
got
too
sick?
soon. Yeah, I did. And I
That's
guess,
what I told you, we didn't have a lot of time left.
yeah, that's what he told me at the time we pulled them all, didn't we? Yeah, anyway, I don't know when it was. We were,
Huh?
I really said yes, I can't remember the date for sure. but It was in the spring, a
Yeah.
little bit later
Well-
in the spring.
We were gonna get married in April, but you got a relapse on that, so we had to postpone. Her mother was gonna be the bridesmaid.
She said I was always a bride,
Then we
never a
put it
bridesmaid.
off
So
till
I said
June,
I
and
was
she
gonna have
passed
you.
away in between. She
Yeah.
had a stroke, and that was it. So
Mhm.
she was looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So did you guys end up having then? So I'm trying to picture. I've only been to like one wedding before.
Oh, really?
You have like a full set of bridesmaids and grooms?
No.
No, no.
He had a
Okay.
best man and I had a.
Okay, so best man and a
just
bride,
one.
just
And-
one.
We just had a small
Just
wedding.
one.
Okay.
Sure.
The first time I had a big wedding.
It was mostly all the family. You know,
Okay.
her family, her.
More for you guys than for them.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
We had a few
That's
friends
nice.
in, you know, but
Yeah.
not a lot.
It was fun. And always
My,
had a
my
dance
brother, my
afterwards. It's a lot
brother-in-law
of
and I
fun.
was best man, and your sister.
My sister was.
Sister was a bridesmaid,
Mhm.
so.
I don't
Okay.
remember whatever you
Yeah.
call it. Yeah.
Okay.
She went back, she come back out from the dressing room, she's, Dorothy, she says, you know what I did? I brought my cowboy boots, but I got them all, both one for the left foot.
She bought two
They
different
got the
boots.
same size shoe.
Oh, close enough.
And she had,
anyway.
she had a fancy boots on with the clips on, and
Uh-huh.
she still got them. And Elaine says, maybe I could borrow them. So she put them on, and she got up on the stage, and they were doing their show.
I was in stocking feet and
But,
she had
yeah.
the boots.
Halfway through the show, she stops, she said, you see these fancy boots I got? They belong to her, and she's barefooted.
That was
I
all
brought the
right.
crowd to a laugh.
Yeah. Someday we're gonna surprise everybody here and wear our boots
Yeah.
and we got the hats yet and just surprise the heck out of them.
Yeah.
Matching shirts, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I gave my pants away.
They have a Western Day, we're set for it, here.
Yeah.
We got the cowboy hats and the boots and stuff up
Do you
there.
want to bring them out the next time we meet? That'd be cool.
Yeah, if
Come
we
back,
could,
come matching.
when we meet again, if we could maybe like see your guys' room or something, if you're
Oh,
comfortable
sure
with
you
that.
can. I don't
yeah.
mind
Kind
at
of show
all.
that.
When?
I don't know what's free for you guys, but we're hoping if you guys are open to meet again, if we could.
Yeah,
Fine,
Uh,
we don't, we
Yeah.
wouldn't have forgot this today, except this had happened and I
yeah,
think we
we-
got
she
it.
talked about
Don't worry
earlier
about
today,
it.
and
I
then I
did, I
went to the
mentioned it
doctor, I
today.
better go to the doctor, I said, the pain's starting to get worse, I better go in and don't
Mhm.
wait till tomorrow, so. Kind of
Give
forgot
him
about
something
it.
for the pain and not break out anymore, whether
Yeah.
you can help stop it, so.
It kinda, it's like a shock.
Mm.
Every once I hear me grunt, that's because I just got one.
Oh man.
So, yeah,
Yeah, but we should.
it
do
don't
that.
hurt all the time.
Yeah.
It's
It's
tender
a-
to the touch, but it don't hurt all the time.
Mm.
We've got some pictures too with our cowboy, not the full picture, I
Mhm.
don't think, but you know, just the top,
Okay.
when we were down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if we could, we'd be able to like maybe like
We-
scan those in or something like that and be able to put into our video.
Yeah.
Really sweet. Also, like you guys have like your boots and your hats, little stuff like that.
I don't
Oh,
have boots. so
Okay.
He does
can't-
what I do.
Okay.
No.
That's okay.
Yeah. Anything like that would be really nice to like put up on the screen while we're having you guys talk about your stories with that. I think would be really cool.
Okay.
So next time would be we're still gonna interview a little bit, but it's more gonna be just like seeing the actual stuff you guys
Oh.
have and like kind of what it's like living here and where you
Okay,
guys are
it's,
staying.
it's different, I'll tell you, like
Yeah.
I said, it's fine, it's
Yeah.
different, but it's getting towards the end of your life, so it's about to be different.
Yeah. So as far as like I know they do activities for you guys here.
Every day, I mean,
okay.
they are so good to us here.
Okay.
We do something every day, if you want, more than one thing, really, so.
So I'm sure the snow kind of like changes that a little bit. That's what I was thinking about. That's weird. Is last time we were here, there wasn't snow on the ground.
Yeah, that changes too.
Um,
We don't have a garage for the first time since,
Yeah.
we got our name on, but I don't know.
Don't gotta worry
when we'll
about
get it.
shoveling or getting anybody
Yeah.
to do the driveway
Yeah.
or anything. It's,
Yeah,
Maybe we're lucky going next year.
yeah.
we've really had, where I come from, these have really been mild winters for the last 4 or 5 years. We haven't had anything. We had snow, my gosh, it was higher than this ceiling sometimes. And didn't have school for weeks at a time. I'm from South Dakota, you know.
Yeah.
That's even more wide open
Oh,
there
yeah.
than here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like Wisconsin. It snows a lot, and I kind of get the lake effect
Yes,
snow,
yeah.
but it's not windy. You know, like most
It's
days.
windy.
Here it's
where
Here
we
it's
are.
just
all
it's
winds.
really windy because there's not a whole lot.
It's
kind
more
of
windy
flat.
and I think Marshall is probably one of the better places, or warmer places, as far as Minnesota
Wow.
goes.
Yeah.
I do,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, the worst
I believe that.
between here and Watertown is, you get west of Canby and on the ridge.
Yeah.
You can't get beyond that ridge sometimes in the wintertime. You get to Canby and they'll shut you off. You can't go any further because
Yeah.
the visibility is zero.
Plus, I know a big thing up by like Fargo and kind of in South Dakota
Up
is like
there.
people get snowed in their cars and then no one gets to them for a few days.
We
and
were
stuff.
snowed in on
It's-
the farm. I don't think I got off the place for 6 weeks.
wow.
My neighbor had a snowmobile and go to the little town and get us groceries.
Oh,
I
wow.
remember that.
Maybe you better know how to scratch cook or you'd be out of it,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You just did.
That was
Made
a
all
bad-
your own bread.
People
You
didn't
did
get out of
everything.
Marshall when she's talking about Marshall here for a week. We couldn't get out, couldn't get beyond the railroad tracks out there. It was the visibility was beyond that. So there wasn't a thing coming in Marshall or going out.
Yeah, that shocks me. I used to brag about how like Wisconsin was winters and everything, but here it's a different game for sure.
Yeah. Well, it's so cold it used to be, 30 below
Yeah.
zero for a week on end. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. I'm gonna have
Maybe we
to
won't get that, huh?
wake up at 5 in the morning to go to workouts and get hit in the
Well,
face with.
I did the same
Yeah.
thing. I got up before
Ice.
5 and I drove 25 miles to town towards it. I didn't do that when we were on the farm, of course, but I did so many things I never thought I could do. Canning chicken and, it's things that you really never think you're gonna do.
I worked at Swans, I got up at 5, was quarter to 6, and I didn't get home till 9 at night.
Long days.
I might actually apply to Schwann's. I was thinking about because I have a teammate that works there, and he says it's like really good pay for easy work. You're just moving this to this pallet repeatedly, and it's kind
I'm
of
talking about routes.
oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's where he started on the
Oh,
roads.
okay.
That's baby work in the plants. It's-
Yeah. That would be difficult. We had a Schwann's place by in Germantown where I lived that would go
Did
out and
you?
make deliveries. So yeah, I was kind of shocked when I realized that this is their.
See,
Yeah.
on,
I think
on those
I've heard
routes,
it.
they always say,
Yeah.
how can you work 15 hours a day? Well, on the routes, it isn't like working in a plant factory. When I got in the Navy, I was working in a plant in the cities. 8 hours was a killer there. You're waiting for 5 o'clock to come to go home.
Yeah.
Well, in Swans, if you're on routes, you build your routes from scratch. You get to know everybody, but you look at time different. You look at your clock and say, well, it's noon. God, I wish it was only 11 o'clock.
Mhm.
The time goes so fast for you because you get so much you got to get done.
Yeah.
And you work on commission, so the more you sell, the more you make.
Yeah, I worked at a type of like factory sorting place. It was basically just a big warehouse, and it's good pay and everything, easy work, but like it would just be monotonous. Like I'm literally moving like 10,000 pieces of little parts over to another pallet
Oh.
in
Yeah.
an
That
8-hour
kind of thing.
day. But you got to weigh them and everything and make
Oh.
sure it's right. It was bad. But
Tedious.
Something you like a little better than that.
Oh, yeah.
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 On the Sunday line, it's a little different where the line's moving, and I put outboard motors together.
oh, okay.
And there you had so much to put down, and if you didn't get it done,
Yeah, I
the
worked
next
under
guy
that
couldn't
too.
do his job.
hmm
And it was you're under pressure all the time to get your part of the job done. Then we had a supervisor that would try to screw the clown up so he could move a little faster. So when we did that, we'd take a screwdriver, shove it in the track, and set the track off, the whole thing would start off.
It shoots it up like that. No. I think it was the same way working for the phone company. I loved the job at first, and I started out as an operator, and I got in the front office, and I could have went to Sioux Falls and worked, but you know what, towards the end, it was push sales for every contact, and they
Yeah.
monitored you in the basement.
Oh wow,
They told you every day what you did wrong or not, so.
that would be
We moved out to Montana, and it worked out there too for a while. I liked it.
I've heard a lot of good
lot.
stuff about Montana.
Huh?
I heard a lot of good stuff about Montana.
Oh yeah,
It's
Montana's
pretty out
pretty.
there.
It's very pretty.
Oh.
Winters are mild. We lived in Billings,
But the snow
so,
gets deeper on Billings.
well, it
Deep,
could,
deep,
but
deep.
not.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They had a
But,
couple that used to come down to Texas with us down there, and they had a place back up in the hills a ways.
yeah, you get up
They
in the
couldn't
mountains
live there in the
area.
wintertime. It'd be cut, the whole house and everything was under snow.
Hmm.
So they couldn't even live in their houses, so they come to Texas, they had to come down to Billings or something into town during the winter, because there was too much snow up
Oh,
on the
yeah.
hills.
We went to Glacier Park up there in Yellowstone Park, and it's beautiful up in Glacier Park. You get up on top of these mountains and look down, it's so clear you can look right to the bottom, it's
Yeah,
gorgeous up
that's
there.
on my bucket list. I need to go to Yellowstone and see
That
some
isn't
or
like it
or-
used to be though. Oh gosh,
Yeah.
I went out there before that. You could walk just about any place you went, and the guys you were in this hired in this room into the
Yeah.
You ever been
It's
there,
just,
Yellowstone?
yeah, it's
And
changed.
No,
did you guys
I
get a
haven't.
chance to
It's
see
never
Half Dome or anything like that? I know that's not. I think that one is Yosemite Park, maybe.
No, I didn't see that
I've
one.
never been there.
I would like
That's
to go
another
there.
one that you can actually climb it. They have like metal posts put in the side of it, and you can
Do
go all
they?
the way up. Yeah,
I'd like to.
it's
try
beautiful.
to, yeah.
Yeah, Old Faithful isn't faithful anymore.
No, that's
It's, when we were there too at honeymoon,
Yeah.
it wasn't, what, you had to wait for it. It didn't come on
Yeah.
time all the time.
It wasn't like,
And they said if that ever blew, if she ever blew up, that would affect us here.
yeah. No, it's a huge
It
super
would
volcano
maybe
Yeah, it's
kill
there.
us here
yeah.
Yeah,
if she ever blew.
the ash would pretty much cover most of the United States.
I went out east too and got to be to Ellis Island, and some of my grandpa and grandma came in, and that was very interesting. But I never want to live in New York, bro.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law lived in New Jersey, and he worked in New York, so he took me a lot of places that nobody else. I even had coffee in Trump Tower.
Wow.
Just coffee, and it was
Yeah.
expensive, let me tell you.
That's an experience,
Yeah.
though.
And it's just so different. We took me in the subway, and I never went off. Oh, live down there, be down there for take the subway. It's dark and dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's fun in those places.
yeah.
New York is not a place I'd want to live, or Boston
Never.
either.
Not even California. My sister lives in San Diego, and I've been out there a few times. It's all cement world. You know, it's so artificial. I guess.
Yeah, I was just there in July.
Yeah, you know. And now I guess it's tent people all over. I heard. She says she lives in
Okay.
San Diego.
Yeah, we have a
It's
couple
terrible.
teammates from California, and homelessness is a pretty big issue out there
That's
right
what
now.
she said too. It's terrible.
But-
She's lived there some 40-some years now. So.
Well, I mean, it's just so mild tempered out there, climate-wise, and
And no
they're
mosquitoes.
pretty. Yep, they're pretty good
Yeah.
too.
That's what we hear all the time.
As far as like what you can apply for if you're homeless and stuff, as far as benefits, is
Yeah.
they can do what they're doing and not be super distressed.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks everything's free, but it's not free. Somebody pays
You don't
for
know
it.
who the government is, that's for sure.
Right, yeah.
That's, yeah.
It'd be nice to have everything free, but somebody's got to pay for it.
Nothing's ever.
Even in the
really
grocery
free.
store, when you go in there and you get a sample of pizza or whatever, or piece of bread, it's free to you, but somebody paid for that.
Yeah.
And it's usually the vendors. The store don't pay for it.
Yeah,
You guys know
my
that.
great grandma was a sample worker at Sam's Club until she worked there until she was in her 90s even, and just
Yeah.
loved it. It's funny because there's
Give
pictures of
samples?
her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
I
was
did the
like
same thing.
in her 80s, and there's pictures of her in a chicken costume, happier than hell, just handing out samples. So
I did the same thing for quite a number of years too. Worked for my.
See, even the girl that does
Daughter-in-law.
the sampling, is doing the sampling, the store doesn't pay for that.
mm-mm.
If you're sampling pizza, you're paid for that.
Yeah, you're making money
The
on
gallons.
you're making money on selling those
Yeah.
things and whatnot. So.
We made all kinds.
Yeah.
Some people you had to finally tell no more. Well, I mean, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Keep coming back.
Yeah.
And the store's cheap too. You know, down there,
I-
they go to work and you get furnished with sampling, the pizza, and you get the returns of how many pizza they give away. You know they can't do it. What they did was they heated lunch, took and their employees went up to the lunchroom and ate. And they cheat all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
ain't right, but they do it. So you put a
I
limit
guess you
on,
know
we
that
trying to
about
put
school,
limits
too.
on. This is it.
Yeah. Oh.
No more.
It's
No more
everywhere.
sampling
Yeah.
after.
It's everywhere. Isn't it? It's too bad. But every time we were down there. Yeah, met a lot of friends. In fact, I met a friend from South Shore, South Dakota, was my neighbor at one time in South Dakota, down in Texas, we had a lot of fun with them. So we went down there a lot of times.
Okay, so Harlan mentioned something about that hat being gifted to you. Would you talk about that a little bit? Yeah, the red
This one, what do you
Got that
mean?
from Elaine
Oh, yeah.
after the show that night.
Oh, yeah. We had a couple that we knew real well that did shows down there in Texas. Usually really quite well crowded. I mean, you had a lot of people at the show and stuff. And one night she didn't have her shoes and she didn't have her hat along. And I happened to wear my hat. And I've got my boots too, I could show you. I had to borrow her my boots because she bought them along, but she had one of each different color.
Two left shoes.
Two different mismatched boots. And that was a lot of fun. We used to take the money there at the show and sell the tickets and stuff. And I got to give the money away at the middle of the show and stuff, so it was a lot of fun.
Drawings.
Yeah, we had people that came from, where was that from?
Huh?
What's the name of the town where a lot of the noted musicians came from? I can't think of it.
Nashville, Tennessee. was
Nashville,
from-
yeah, from Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Quite a few people came from there. Really fun to meet someone that's,
And
Famous.
Bronson, Missouri too.
yeah, in Bronson. And the couple we knew were lead-ins for a lot of their shows and stuff, bigger shows. Really enjoyed that, always,
They had their own show every Sunday afternoon for 2 hours.
yeah.
That's what we helped them with, we sold tickets. They had about, between 300 and 400, they were in one place, they only get 200, they moved to a bigger place, and they probably filled that up 300 to 400 people every week
Wow.
as a show.
Lots of fun.
A lot of people kept coming back, repeats. every
Yeah.
week.
Here in Marshall, did they do that a
Oh,
lot
that's
or
in
no?
Texas.
I wish they would.
Oh, this
They
was
were here at
Texas,
one
okay.
time.
Yeah, we had them here
At one time, they came and stayed at our place.
for a week.
And we lined up all the nursing homes around the area here.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got to go with them to all the different places. Well, we got to show them where they were at first place. And we always went with them to all the different shows. And she was very personable. She came up and shook a lot of the hands of people that were not so sharp anymore in their mind and stuff. She was, and they were very personable. I mean, they got to know a lot of people back here too. I wish they'd have kept going, but they broke it up.
She sang on the old Patsy Cline. You heard her records?
I know, I have
Oh,
never
She
heard
sang
of her.
about Patsy Cline. Willie Nelson. You heard of him, I'm sure.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
He
He
sounded
sounded
like
like-
Willie
you
Nelson.
can hardly
You
tell.
heard him sing one of Willie's songs, you swear it was Willie.
We got them on tape, so we have them in our car and stuff, so we still play them.
Yeah.
Think of a lot of
They
good
made-
memories we had with them and a lot of fun, so, yeah,
They had about 14 CDs out.
yeah.
Okay,
All cut in Nashville.
nice.
All right. Okay, so that's funny. Actually, she thought she had surgery on Friday. I forgot to tell her that she hadn't had it yet. But
Had what?
she I forgot to tell her that Dorothy didn't have her surgery yet.
Oh,
So
yeah.
she just asked me about that. But
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, they called us the night before. About an hour after you called,
Mm-hmm.
they called.
Oh, okay.
They said, we gotta postpone it, cause some generator or something for the, I don't know what they meant by generator, cause you got lights at the, in
Yeah.
the hospital. They said something had happened to it and they couldn't get it fixed in time, so they had to postpone it.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, last time she did it because of me, because of the veterans deal here. That's when I got that blanket. I don't know what she did. She folded it up. And I got,
So, you guys have. Oh, okay. You guys have spent obviously a long time together as a married couple. I'm just wondering, like, I know it's hard to pinpoint these kinds of things, but what would you say is like your favorite thing about her? Like, what is like, what do you see? Like, I don't know, what makes you the happiest about your relationship with her right now?
a lot of things, I guess, and
Yeah.
I can
Go
pinpoint.
ahead. You can talk about anything really. Like,
But everything. She's a good cook.
that's always good. That's always good.
Yeah, yeah. And she doesn't like to eat out that much, so she likes to cook. Yet she doesn't like to cook,
Yeah. Yeah. Complains about it, but
Yeah,
likes it,
complains
yeah.
about it, but when you let's go out. I want to cook. I'll cook some. But yeah, we don't eat down here at all. We haven't yet, but down the road maybe someday we will. We don't want to cook anymore at all. But
Mhm.
we have one big meal and breakfast and supper is light.
Okay.
Down there. But she's a good cook. So we did a lot of things together in Texas. We had a lot of fun down there.
Good.
Going across the border.
Mhm.
We used to go over the border about once a week, sometimes twice a week. And we had a lot of fun down there.
So a big like theme we're focusing on is like how you guys like almost didn't meet, how you didn't want to go to the dance, she didn't want to go, and you both ended up going.
Oh,
and
about the
sitting-
dance? Oh,
Yeah,
and that?
sitting next to each other.
Oh, we were supposed to, me and another guy down Watertown to a singles dance.
Mm-hmm.
And he ended up calling me and said, I can't go. I got a
Okay.
load of feed coming in for the pigs. He said, so I can't go. So I said, I'll maybe go by myself, but I didn't. And I decided, heck, I ain't gonna drive by myself 80 miles. So he called about 8 o'clock, dance one. where are you at? I told him, I thought you'd be in Watertown on the way there, or be there already by 8 o'clock. He said, you want to go? I said, well, I guess. So he come in and we met at Hy-Vee and took off about 9 o'clock, and we got down a little before 9. We got down a little after 10.
Okay.
Place was packed. You know, there was no place to sit, except there was a table full of women and 2 seats. So we sat down there with them. I sat next to her and we started talking.
Oh, so you sat right next to Dorothy?
Yeah,
right
I
off the
sat
bat?
next to her, and
Okay.
we got talking. We spent the night talking, dancing, and we did more talking and dancing, I guess.
Nice. That's
And
good.
I talked to her and I gave her my telephone number, and she didn't want to, but I gave her mine first, and she said, well, you won't call me anyway. I did. I called her on Tuesday night, and then we chatted, and I heard her mother in the background. That's I always tell people about this. It's kind of funny. She said, I heard her say to Dorothy, make sure he's not a rapist. and I said, you tell your mother that I'm not a rapist, I'm a sex maniac. Me and her mother hit it off like that.
Okay.
You know, we were really good friends.
Okay.
So that's how it started.
Mhm.
When I met her, and we had a date on Saturday night. Bought her some flowers, like you usually do.
Yeah.
You know, and we started going together. And ended up getting married.
So,
So
I guess our idea for the video is like, because like it almost didn't happen, is to get you guys both telling your separate stories, right? And then
Yeah.
like have you each say at the same time like, oh, it almost didn't happen.
Yeah.
Could you give me a little? I know it's a little bit like production there, but could you just like say something along the lines of like, oh, it almost never happened, or I almost.
Well, it kind of didn't.
Yeah.
We were a little serious, but she got sick and ended up in the hospital.
Mhm.
And that's where I proposed to her, more or less, down there. And she says, well, I don't know, what the sickness I got, maybe it's not the best. I don't know how we're going to come out of this. And so then she wasn't too sure.
Mhm.
But we kept going together, and we kept taking her to Sioux Falls, and they were treating her, and every time she went, they said it cleared up. So I said, the hell with this, we're going to call Rochester.
Mhm.
So we went to Rochester, and they got the problem right away. And then the doctor in Sioux Falls was doing the wrong things. He was irritating the problem rather than fixing it. They wanted us in Watertown to do the right things, but he was doing the wrong thing.
Okay.
And they actually put him out of business.
Really?
Evidently, there must have been some other ones.
You know,
Every
like,
day, you're right.
it's not like, oh, I'm this much, you know, older or whatever.
Yeah.
It's, you know, I've had friends. I'm
Young
24,
ones, yes.
and I've had friends pass away, you know, at an early age. So
I tell you, I'm glad I grew up at the time I did. I think you have it a lot harder. I do.
you think so?
Oh, yes.
I mean,
With
you
all
grew
the
up
drugs.
in the
Yeah, but, oh, you know what, we were satisfied.
Okay, that's good to
with-
talk about. Let's
If
talk
we were
about this.
satisfied with so little, I said I come from a big family, and we didn't have anything to entertain us, probably a little tiny radio, and we'd listen to one show,
That is so
Bane
true.
Busters or some little show, because that's 8 of us sitting around a little dining room, you know, with a big stove in the middle of it, like a, not a furnace either, like an oil burner or something like that, you know what an oil burner is with fans on it,
Mhm.
and that's all the heat we had. And I had 4 sisters, we all stayed upstairs in one room with 2 beds, so it was crowded.
Mhm.
But you know what? I didn't miss any of it. And I said, my folks always saw that we had plenty to eat and stuff to wear, even if some of it was borrowed or something.
Mhm.
Our fun was sliding down the hills on a sleigh, I don't know, playing Pox and Goose, go skating down at the pond. You know, it was just simple things in life, but they were so much easier, less complicated.
Simpler
Life
times,
is-
maybe?
Oh, simpler by far, yeah. The whole world, to me, was a lot simpler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, even when like I was younger, I saw like we didn't really have that advancement of technology yet. We kind of we were kind of like
In between.
early 90s, so
Yeah.
it was just like we were just starting all that. And yeah, we had maybe one TV in the house and
That's all we had too.
Yeah.
We had rabbit ears, not even.
way less distractions.
We lived in the country.
Now, yeah, exactly. So now I feel like kids are just, there's so much overstimulation now that it's like,
I can't
where does the
believe it.
attention, how do you get a
I'm
kid's
gonna-
attention now? It's,
Just because,
Mhm.
because there was so many people at the dance.
can you
that night.
imagine if you didn't go? If he
No,
didn't go?
now I
Like you
couldn't.
guys,
Now I couldn't. Because
now
I
you, now you're like,
depend on
whoa.
him so much, and now since he's lost his balance and stuff, he depends on me so
Mhm.
much. So it'll be really hard when one of us go. But we realize, you know, we're both getting old. Harlan will be 88 the 14th of January, and I'm 85 and a half in January, so.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
glad I married her.
Yeah, good.
You have, as a married couple, you have your ups and your downs, and anybody tells you they don't, they're lying.
Yeah.
The first wife, we got along good, I loved her, but we did have our ups and downs, and, you know, it's, you don't agree on everything. If you